Welcome back to WION World is One. You're watching Speed News with me, Vidur Kathuria. Let's get started. President Donald Trump insisted that the United States is in charge of Venezuela after the capture of Nicolas Maduro. He said that the US will run Venezuela, but was also dealing with the new leadership in Caracas. He stated that elections must wait until the broken country was fixed. Speaking from Mar-a-Lago, Trump announced a temporary governance plan led by the US to rebuild infrastructure and manage oil reserves. Meanwhile, Trump warned Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, that she would face a big price if she failed to cooperate with Washington, following the dramatic capture of Nicolas Maduro. The administration signaled readiness to engage with Maduro's remaining government, but stressed that cooperation must align with US objectives, chief among them securing access to Venezuela's vast oil reserves. Responding to Trump's warnings, Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, said at the same time that she was ready to work together with the Trump administration, asking the US leader for a balanced, respectful relationship. Venezuelan opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez has called the US capture of President Nicolas Maduro a turning point, but warned the democratic transition remains unfinished. In a video message, he demanded the release of political prisoners and urged the armed forces to uphold the July 2024 mandate, declaring himself Venezuela's president and commander-in-chief. Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is scheduled to appear before a US federal judge just 2 days after being captured in a military operation. He is expected to face narco-terrorism charges linked to allegations of drug trafficking into the United States. The European Union has declared that restoring democracy in Venezuela must be based on respecting the will of the Venezuelan people, while urging all actors to remain calm and exercise restraint to prevent escalation and ensure a peaceful resolution to the crisis. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi has condemned US military action in Venezuela, stressing that no country should act as the world's policeman and that sovereignty must be respected. He reiterated China's opposition to the use or threat of force and to imposing one nation's will on another. About a dozen South Koreans staged a protest outside the US Embassy in Seoul, denouncing United States military attack on Venezuela and the seizure of President Nicolas Maduro. Raising slogans and banners, they said Venezuela should be ruled by Venezuelans, not by foreign powers. Caribbean air travel is rebounding as the FAA reopens regional airspace following a weekend grounding caused by the US military operation to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. While San Juan's Luis Munoz Marin International Airport remains congested with a backlog of delayed passengers, major carriers have restored service to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Aruba. They assist thousands displaced by the tactical shutdown. Airlines are deploying larger aircraft and waiving change fee for over a dozen destinations across the Lesser Antilles. US President Donald Trump warned that Cuba's government is on the brink of collapse, citing its heavy dependence on subsidized Venezuelan oil. Trump suggested Havana would struggle to endure without the shipments which have long propped up the island's energy needs and economy. Trump played down the need for any action there. Trump's comments come as Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel denounced the US capture of Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro as state terrorism. US President Donald Trump warned Iran it would be hit very hard if security forces kill more demonstrators as protests entered their second week. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump said Washington is monitoring events closely and cautioned Tehran against repeating past crackdowns on dissent. Trump underscored the administration's readiness to act decisively should Tehran resort to deadly measures against its own citizens. A massive power outage in Berlin's southwest districts continues to disrupt daily life after an arson attack on a cable bridge near the Lichterfeld power station damaged several lines and cut electricity to around 45,000 households and 2,200 businesses. While 10,000 households and 300 businesses in Lichterfeld have since been reconnected, about 35,000 households and 1,900 businesses in Nikolassy, Zellendorf and Wannsee remain without power, with full restoration expected by January 8th. According to grid operator Stormnet's, emergency services and help organizations repurposed a local sports hall offering emergency overnight options and a place to warm up and get internet and electricity access. Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen and Greenland's leader Jens Frederik Nielsen urged US President Donald Trump to stop threatening to annex Greenland after he told The Atlantic magazine the US needs the island for defense. Trump's comment sparked alarm following the United States takeover of Venezuela. Denmark has called Trump's idea baseless and warned against threats to allies, while Greenland called Trump's remarks disrespectful, highlighting the area's strategic Arctic position and mineral wealth as reasons for US interest despite its reliance on Danish subsidies. Slamming Trump, Sweden and Norway have come out in support of Denmark's sovereignty, stating that any internal change in the Danish realm is for people of Denmark and Greenland to decide and no one else. President Donald Trump has dismissed reports from the Kremlin that alleged Ukrainian forces had targeted President Vladimir Putin's Novgorod residence with a massive drone strike. While Trump initially expressed concern over the claims, he has now stated he does not believe the strikes happened. At least 26 people lost their lives and 14 others remained missing after a boat carrying farmers and fishermen capsized late on Saturday while traveling from the Jigawa state to Yobe state in northeastern Nigeria. Rescue teams have so far recovered 26 bodies and saved 13 passengers, with search operations still underway. At least 30 villagers have been killed and several abducted after gunmen raided a village in Nigeria, marking the latest deadly episode in a cycle of violence gripping the conflict-hit region. According to the police, gunmen stormed a village in northern Nigeria's Niger state on Saturday and opened fire on civilians, following which they also razed down the local market and several houses. Eyewitnesses said that the attackers had been present in nearby communities for nearly a week before carrying out the assault, and the violence was part of a series of raids that began on Friday in the nearby villages. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the test of hypersonic missiles on Sunday, calling it proof of Pyongyang's nuclear readiness amid global tensions. Seoul and Tokyo confirmed detecting 2 ballistic missile launches, the first of the year, just before South Korea's President Lee Jae-myung left for a summit in Beijing. The Korean Central News Agency KCNA quoted Kim saying the test prepares forces for actual war, citing Venezuela's crisis as justification. All 40 people who perished in a New Year's fire at a Swiss ski resort bar have been identified, with half of them under the age of 18. The toll includes 20 minors, with victims ranging from ages 14 to 39. Investigators confirmed that among the deceased were 21 Swiss nationals and 19 foreign citizens. The foreign victims came from several European countries, including France, Italy, Belgium, Portugal, and Romania, as well as Turkey. Saudi-backed Yemeni troops retook the strategic port of Mukalla on Sunday, regaining control of Hadramaut and Al-Mara governorates. The rapid offensive reversed recent gains by UAE-backed Southern Transitional Council separatists. The shift reasserts government authority over critical oil border regions and vital shipping lanes near the Bab al-Mandab Strait. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is on a 6-day visit to France and Luxembourg. According to the Ministry of External Affairs, during his visit to France, Jaishankar will meet with French leadership and speak with Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot. The discussions are expected to focus on progress under the India-France strategic partnership and key regional and global issues of mutual interest. Following his engagements in France, Jaishankar will travel to Luxembourg, where he will hold discussions with the Deputy Prime Minister Xavier Bettel. A powerful snowstorm swept across central Bosnia on Sunday, triggering widespread disruption across several regions and major highways. In the capital, Sarajevo, traffic ground to a halt after more than 70 centimeters of snow accumulated within just a few hours. Key highways linking the country's north and south were blocked for hours, forcing authorities to deploy snowplows to clear stranded routes. Several remote villages were left without electricity as the storm intensified. More snowfall expected in the coming days, and temperatures in Sarajevo and other central areas set to plunge as low as minus 14 degrees Celsius. Asian markets started the week on a firmer note, brushing off geopolitical shocks. Stocks across the region edge higher, with MSCI's Asia Pacific Index outside Japan about 0.3%. US stock futures also tick slightly higher. Investors look past dramatic US military action in Venezuela over the weekend, where Washington says Nicolas Maduro was captured and the country is placed under temporary US control. Global investors face renewed geopolitical uncertainty after the capture of Nicolas Maduro, a rare intervention in Latin America that adds to market headline risk. Initial market reaction is muted. US futures rise and gold jumps more than 1% as investors balance risk-off sentiment with longer-term opportunities. President Donald Trump says the US will temporarily run Venezuela and claims American oil firms are ready to invest billions, potentially unlocking vast oil reserves over time. Analysts caution that restoring production could take years, requiring political stability and heavy investment, leaving markets vulnerable to further volatility in the near term. Oil prices are little changed as markets weigh political turmoil in Venezuela against ample global supply. Brent crude edges higher to around $61 a barrel, while US crude trades near $57. Investors are assessing the impact of US action over the weekend after President Donald Trump seized Maduro and kept a full US oil embargo in place. So far, Venezuela's oil production and refining operations remain unaffected, easing fears of immediate supply disruptions. Analysts say any export losses would have limited short-term impact due to plentiful supply. Meanwhile, OPEC and its allies agree to hold output steady, while tensions also rise over unrest in Iran. Japan's factory sector shows signs of stabilizing at the end of the year. Manufacturing activity stalls in December, with the PMI rising to 50, the line separating growth from contraction, ending 5 straight months of decline. The slowdown in new orders eases to its weakest pace since May, as some firms report improved sales from new projects and better than expected customer spending. Consumer and investment goods see gains, though intermediate goods remain weak. Export orders continue to fall, pressured by soft Asian demand, especially for semiconductors. California has launched a new online platform allowing residents to request the deletion of their personal data from hundreds of data brokers through a single application. The tool, called the Delete Request and Opt-out platform, implements the state's Delete Act passed in 2023 and applies to more than 500 registered data brokers. Data brokers will begin processing requests from August 2026 and will have 90 days to comply or report back. The California Privacy Protection Agency says the move will help reduce spam, identity theft, fraud, and data misuse, with penalties of $200 per day for non-compliant brokers. Elon Musk has warned that users misusing Grok to create illegal content will face full legal consequences. The ex-owner said using AI does not reduce responsibility and offenders will be treated the same as those uploading unlawful content directly. The warning comes a day after India's IT ministry ordered X to remove vulgar and illegal content, including material generated using Grok. Musk said accountability lies with users, not the AI tool, and misuse will not be excused. DoorDash has confirmed a viral incident in which a driver used an AI-generated image to falsely mark an order as delivered in Austin, Texas. The customer said the driver submitted a fake photo of food at his front door and marked the delivery complete without dropping off the order. DoorDash said it investigated the case, permanently removed the driver's account, and refunded the customer, adding it has zero tolerance for fraud and uses both technology and human review to stop abuse. India's technology job market has entered 2026 on a weak note, with hiring slowing sharply across the sector. According to a report by staffing firm Xfino, active tech jobs openings fell 24% year-on-year to about 103,000 roles in January 2026, one of the lowest levels since early 2021. Hiring has continued to soften since late 2025, with companies shifting to selective recruitment, focusing mainly on specialized roles in AI, data, cybersecurity, and cloud, as freshers and experienced professionals face longer waits and tougher competition. According to Reuters, Samsung Electronics plans to double the number of its mobile devices powered by Google's Gemini AI to 800 million by 2026. The move aims to strengthen Samsung's edge over rivals like Apple and Chinese brands as it rolls out AI across smartphones, tablets, TVs, and home appliances. Company's co-CEO TM Rowe said that AI adoption is accelerating rapidly even as Samsung faces pressure from a global memory chip shortage that could impact device prices. New Zealand's health ministry has ordered a review into a cybersecurity breach at Manage My Health, a private platform hosting medical records for nearly one-third of the country's population. Health Minister Simon Brown said the probe will examine how hackers gained access, assess existing data protections, and recommend stronger safeguards. The platform confirmed that health documents of about 6 to 7% of its 1.8 million users may have been compromised in the December 30th incident. Local media reported hackers demanded a ransom of around $60,000 to stop the data from being released. Former Australia batter Damien Martyn has woken up from an induced coma. In a statement on behalf of Martyn's family, close friend and former Australia teammate, Adam Gilchrist said that the 54-year-old is making a quote-unquote miraculous recovery after he was diagnosed with meningitis. Martyn fell ill late last month and was admitted to a hospital in Brisbane on December 26th. Martyn is considered one of the most talented batters to play for Australia, playing in 67 tests and scoring 4,406 test runs between 1992 and 2006. A 4K restored version of Satyajit Ray's Arunye Din Ratri, which premiered at the 78th Cannes Film Festival last year, is set to re-release in theatres on January 9th. The movie will release with English subtitles in Mumbai, Delhi, Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Pune. Starring Sharmila Tagore, Simi Garewal, Soumitra Chatterjee and Aparna Sen, the 1970 classic is adapted from Bengali author Sunil Gangopadhyay's novel.